This is a series of videos about the Serenity Prayer. I'm an artist. I go by 12 Drawings online, and I made a series of pen and ink drawings to help me remember what the words of the Serenity Prayer actually meant when those words were written, which was in the 1930s. And I actually found a 1930s dictionary. And I began looking up each of the words. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this is the 12th word that I looked up, and it's the final word in the prayer. In the 1930s, the definition was the quality of being partly or totally unlike in nature, form, or quality. The quality of being partly or totally unlike in nature, form, or quality. So I don't find that definition puzzling. I do know that one of my main problems in life as a person in recovery is that I often don't see things in their true proportion. I tend to exaggerate things. Or on the other hand, I tend to minimize them. I'll tend to say, you're getting upset for no good reason. So I'm minimizing the reason you're upset. Or I may say, I'm completely justified in getting so upset, meaning I'm exaggerating my reason. So when I did this drawing, I was trying to remember, best of my ability, what the actual 1930 definition of difference was. And what came to mind for me, I had a relative who, if their food wasn't cooked exactly right, they would let everybody within earshot know. This is overdone, underdone, too hot, too cold, too spicy, not spicy enough, too salty, not salty enough. And it became really distracting to be with them because it was really hard to enjoy the meal while they were making a huge deal out of things that didn't really seem like they mattered that much to me. I was having the same food. It didn't bother me whether it was salty, seasoned, spicy, whatever. It was fine. Didn't seem like that big of a deal. So the quality of being partly or totally unlike in nature, I'm asking for the wisdom to know the difference between the things I can change and things I cannot change. So what came to mind for me was my friend who would be eating broccoli. To me, when they would be talking about what was wrong, in the drawing I tried to capture kind of an unclear concept at first. This is a photograph of an atomic bomb exploding, like a terrible loss of life and destruction and, awful, awful catastrophe. And yet someone was making almost as big a deal out of the fact that their broccoli was undercooked or overcooked. And I really wished that loved one could see the difference, that it's not that big of a deal if your broccoli's not perfect. You don't have to turn it into a huge catastrophe. And yet I can easily do exactly the same thing. So when I'm saying the prayer, I'm saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, but please give me the wisdom to know the difference so I can react properly when it really is a catastrophe, but I can also react properly when it's just not that big of a deal. There's more at 12drawings.com.